The federal government is being pushed to use more artificial intelligence, more AI. And what that means is innovation's number one priority. Number two is the workforce, maybe. Depending on your agency, it could be dead last, I don't know. But what does this mean for your job? Well, you can look across dozens of federal agencies and see they've already adopted. They're already leveraging AI. Look at the IRS when it comes to tax fraud. They're using AI to detect. You do not need as many human auditors. Not anymore. Right now, it has that supporting role. You still have to have a human being adjudicate it at the very end and say yes or no. As of right now, in 2025, is that going to be the case in 2027, 2028? Probably not. You're going to need less and less of these people. Look at the SSA. When it comes to disability claims, seeing if one should go through or not, claims examiners, they're being replaced. You don't need as many. And you can look at the SSA right now with record low staffing. The head individual, the commissioner of the SSA, is counting on an AI boom. That's why he doesn't want to hire anymore. So GSA, another agency, they're using it to answer questions, HR questions, IT procurement questions. You would typically need an admin staff in order to answer these questions, in order to facilitate this type of discussion. AI is being used more. So when does it fully replace everybody? Probably in a few years. No telling. And in the short term, there's going to be a lot of pain with job displacement. But if you could fast forward 15, 20 years, I think it ends up being a net positive for humanity. It should free up a lot more people to pursue things that they're actually interested in. It could create UBI, universal basic income, at some particular point. But in the short term, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun for anyone. Just in the next few years, it's hard to comprehend how much AI will be encroaching on the workforce. Look at autonomous driving. You can look at Google's Waymo with the little LiDAR thing spinning around on the top of the roof. There's no driver in there. It's just driving you into locations. Look at Tesla, what they're doing with full self-driving. It's becoming more and more. I think Amazon even threw their hat in the ring. They're going to solve full self-driving. It's going to happen. How many people do we have in this country right now that are drivers? There's millions of them. Millions of people will eventually be displaced. What are they going to do? If you pull a driver out of a taxi cab right now, or you pull a trucker out of his truck and ask that individual, what other skills do you have? Are they going to say cybersecurity? Are they going to say AI oversight? No. They're going to need to reskill. And depending on their age and situation, that'll determine how feasible it is for them to reskill, period. So what should you do in this situation? Well, let's talk about a couple things you should not do first. Number one is you do not want to say, I'm such a good performer, I'm immune. They're not coming for me because nobody can do my job. It doesn't matter how good you are at your job. Think about the guy who used to put horseshoes on a horse. The best in the industry, the best in the business. Nobody cared about that person when cars came about. When everybody was riding in a car or a truck, they forgot about the guy who puts the horseshoe on the shoe. It doesn't matter how proficient he was at that time. So just understand, you're probably replaceable. Number two, don't think it's a fad. Don't think it's just here temporarily and it'll die down. It's just a temporary boom. It is not. It is the future, and you need to prepare for it that way. How can you prepare for it? You need to look at areas that AI cannot do or it struggles to do. If your job right now is teachable, is it trainable? Is it able to be documented? Because if what you do right now, you can teach someone to do, or you can actually document it into a manual, then you're replaceable. You're just a cog. You're a Lego. You're a Lego in a big construction project. They can pull it out and it can replace you in a moment's notice. So how do you become irreplaceable? How can you make sure that they need you or the market needs you, your skills? Well, you have to be very proficient at things that cannot be taught, like how to tell a story. Or think about it this way. Not everybody can be a comedian. We could go over how to tell a joke, but maybe your timing is off. Maybe your intuition is off. To tell a joke, to be a comedian, requires a skill that's really hard to be taught. Same thing with a storyteller. Same thing when it comes to developing and maintaining relationships. Can you teach someone how to get a girlfriend or how to get a boyfriend It's really hard to do that. I mean, you could create a list like, hey, step 1, maintain eye contact. Step 2, compliment something on their appearance. But if it doesn't come organically, if it's not natural, if the chemistry isn't there, it's hard to replicate. It's hard to teach. Now, I'm aware there's probably dozens or hundreds of courses out there that teach you how to be an amazing storyteller, how to be a comedian, and how to get, the partner of your dreams. But the reason why so many courses exist on those areas is because it's incredibly difficult to convey and teach somebody those skills. So think about it as creativity. Who you are, your personality, your brand. How are you networked? Who do you know? I think ultimately that's what it's going to come down to. It's not going to come down to, hey, I know how to program in this language. I know these cybersecurity skills, because AI knows it. AI right now can replace junior developers. You want to have a program written in C# or JavaScript or Python or Ruby? Pick a programming language. AI can write you a basic application, and next year probably an advanced application. So even teaching someone how to code does not make you immune to what's coming with artificial intelligence. You're going to have to look in other areas. Then there are some people who think the government will save us from all of this, that the government will somehow restrict AI so that workers can keep their jobs. I don't see that being realistic. Right now, every company out there would trade anything to increase profits and to be more efficient. And that's what AI allows. AI will work 24/7. It doesn't need a break. It's not going to file a workman's comp. It's not going to do any of that. And the view of this president, this administration that's running this country right now, is we're in a race against China. So there was an executive order that came out recently that is trying to strip away all the red tape. They're getting rid of all the EPA regulations, everything when it comes to allowing AI to boom as much as it can, because we need to be the leader in this space. And what that means really for all of us is the jobs all across this country are that much more in jeopardy. So you have to have a plan. And this is not all going to happen at once. The way it starts, you have the AI bot, right? The AI bot gets introduced to the agency. They kind of market it as everyone's going to have so much more time. It's going to help you with your job. So then the AI bot starts to assist you. Eventually, it starts to take more and more of those duties and responsibilities. And now you're supervising it. And what's really occurring is you're teaching AI how to do your job. So you're teaching someone to come and take your job essentially. But as you're checking on AI, making corrections, it's learning, right? It's all this LLM. It's a learning machine. So it's learning how to do the job more efficient. And eventually, you become disposable. They don't need you anymore. So fewer and fewer claims examiners, fewer and fewer auditors, fewer and fewer help desk personnel, until it's really just a shell of what that organization used to be. You might have had 100 people in that office at one point in time. Fast forward 2 to 3 years, now it's 30 people. A couple more years, now it's 10 people. Now it's a team of 3. Now there's just one individual making sure everything's okay, and that person's gone. So that's probably how it's gonna go. So I'll leave you with this, really. It's about you. It's about investing in yourself, upskilling when possible, and just know that your creativity is going to be your edge. Your personality is your edge. In addition to all of this, we have the government looking to hire more, thousands more, 10,000. And they're willing to give big money for it. They're willing to pay $50,000. They'll forgive a lot of your student loans, but they want you and they want you now. And this is happening in ICE, the Immigration Customs and Enforcement Agency. If you want to know more about that, check this video out next. Stay updated by signing up to the free newsletter down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.